All right, so we've been trying to find volume of different rectangular prisms. So the three strategies that we have found for finding volume of a rectangular prism are this. Our first strategy is to fill the rectangular prism with cubes and count them. However, after discovering certain things, we've decided that this, although it is a strategy on how to find volume of a rectangular prism, is not our most efficient. So 2 and 3 are the ones that I'll focus on right now in our screencast. Number 2 is find the area of the base and multiply it by the height of the rectangular prism. So that formula will look like this. V for volume, so volume equals our big B here, area of the base. So that big B means area of the base. And we can multiply the area of the base times its height. The other formula is connected to the formula of area of the base times the height, and that is volume equals length times width times height. And we talked about how this formula is connected to this one. Okay, these two are connected because if you're going to find the area of the base, well, the area of the base of a rectangular prism is a rectangle, so area equals length times width. So when you're doing length times width, you're really finding the area of your base. So to go through some examples, I have a couple of prisms right now. So let me first go with 3 and 4, okay? These prisms here, they give us our length of 4 centimeters, they give us our width of 3 centimeters, and our height of 6 centimeters. So if I wanted to find the volume of this prism, and remember volume is how much space an object takes up, well, I can apply my formula. I can do volume equals length times width times height. So I can do, for this prism, volume equals 4 centimeters times 3 centimeters times 6 centimeters. And we did talk about in class about how, yeah, it's length times width times height, but since it's multiplication, we can really multiply these numbers in any order. So you might want to pick easier numbers to multiply first to help you with your multiplication. Well, to solve this problem, I can do 4 times 3, that's 12, okay? So I could do 4 times 3, that'll give me my area of the base, actually, and that would be 12 centimeters squared. Multiply it by my 6 centimeters still, and 12 times 6 centimeters gives me 72, and we got to tend to precision. It's a 3-dimensional shape. 1 dimension, 2 dimensions, 3-dimensional. So it's going to be centimeters cubed. And we talked a lot about in class how we need to make sure we have the correct unit, and when we're measuring volume, it is cubic centimeters. So number 3 is 72 centimeters cubed. Okay. Number 4 is laid out in a similar way. They give me my length, my width, and my height here. So my formula, okay, I could use length times width times height. That should be a W there. So volume for this one would equal, and they're using units, okay, so it'd be 6 units times 3 units times 5 units. And again, you can multiply in any order. So in this case, I might want to do 6 times 5 first because that's easy. It's going to give me a nice number with a 0. So 6 times 5 is 30 units. And then multiply my 30 times my 3. And 30 times 3 would get me 90 cubic units. So volume here is 90 units cubed. Okay, cubic units. We need to make sure we have the correct unit. 90 cubic units. Now, let's look at 5 here. Okay, 5 is set up a little bit different. So I see this prism here, and inside here I have 25 centimeters squared. So the formula I'm going to use is actually volume equals area of the base times the height. Okay, how do I know I'm going to use this one? Well, right here, 25 centimeters squared. That tells me that they did their length times their width. They multiplied this side length and this side length, and they know it's 25 centimeters squared. So for this problem, I would do volume equals 25 centimeters squared times 2 centimeters. And I still have my 3 dimensions. Okay, remember that's length and width. So there's 2 dimensions there. And then my height's my 3rd dimension. So I have 25 centimeters squared times 2 centimeters. So that would get me 50 cubic centimeters, or 50 centimeters cubed. I'm going to circle back up now to 1 and 2 just to do these two real quick. This one, they give you kind of the cubes, so you could potentially count. Remember, one of our strategies is to count all the cubes it would take to fill that prism. But again, I know I can multiply my 3 side lengths, okay? Or I could find the area of the base and multiply it by its height. For here, I'm going to find my side length. So I'm going to find, what is my side length here? Well, I got 1, 2, there's 1 back here, 3, 4. This is 5 cubes wide this way. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units wide, okay? We'll call these centimeters since they're centimeter cubes. So it's 5 centimeters, 8 centimeters long here, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters tall, okay? So my formula, I'm going to do length times width times height. I'm going to use this formula down here. So volume equals, I'm going to do my 8 centimeters, multiply by my 5 centimeters, and then multiply by my 4 centimeters. So 8 times 5 is 40 centimeters squared. And then multiply it by my height, my 4 centimeters for my height. So 40 centimeters squared times 4 centimeters, that would get me 160 centimeters cubed. All right, last problem. So here, they give me the area of the base. So for this one, it would actually be easier maybe for me to do the formula volume equals area of the base times its height, okay? So to get my base, I know it's 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeter cubes this way. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters cubed this way. So again, there's my length, there's my width. So 5 centimeters times 4 centimeters is 20 centimeters squared. So volume equals 20 centimeters squared. And then I just need to multiply by my height. So my base layer is 20 centimeters squared, 20 square centimeters. And then how many layers of that will I need? Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters tall. So I need to do 20 centimeters squared times 4 centimeters. And 20 centimeters squared times 4 centimeters is 80 cubic centimeters, or 80 centimeters cubed. So just to review real quick, 3 strategies for finding volume. We could fill the rectangular prism with cubes and count them, but we know we can have more efficient strategies, and those ones are, we could either find the area of the base and multiply it by the height of the rectangular prism, or we can use the volume formula, which is volume equals length times width times height, okay? These are 2 formulas for finding volume, and are probably our most efficient formulas and strategies when we're trying to find volume of a rectangular prism. So good luck here on out. If you ever need to use this video as a reference, if you can't remember how to find volume, go ahead and watch this video to help you remember. All right. Thank you.